First of all, critical race theory is not in our schools, and it never was. And the people here to complain about it did not know what it was 6 months ago and had never heard of it. That's why they're going after diversity, equity, and inclusion instead and trying to pretend they're the same thing. They aren't. And frankly, there aren't many communities around the globe that need DEI more than this one that we live in.
Near Nashville, Tennessee, this is Justin Canoe. He has a kindergartner who just started in a Williamson County elementary school.
She went to school and was one of just a few kids in her class wearing a mask, which made her ask me why she had to. My answer was because we want to take care of other people. She's 5 years old, but she understood that concept. And it's disappointing that more adults around here can't seem to grasp it. I asked a pastor friend of mine, and he was very clear there's no actual biblical justification for using the Bible to get out of a mask mandate passed by a majority of this elected board. But thousands are doing it anyway, calling it a religious exemption, which is frankly just sad. Avoiding masks is not in the Bible, but taking care of others is. And now today we have Governor Lee's executive order to allow opt-outs, which is government overreach undercutting a local decision. If you only like democracy when it goes your way, you don't actually like democracy. Thank you.
This defense of mask mandates is going viral, and it's particularly intriguing given the Tennessee County involved. Hello, everybody. I'm David Shuster, and thanks for joining us. The state of Tennessee has had a huge spike in pediatric COVID-19 cases. Justin Canoe spoke at a meeting of the Williamson County School Board 1 week after that very board voted to make it a requirement for all students, staff, and visitors to wear masks. That vote prompted anger by some parents inside the school board meeting. Outside, a few parents harassed medical staff who had testified in favor of masks.
We know who you are. We know who you are. You can leave freely, but we will find you, and we know who you are. You will never be allowed in public again.
You will never be allowed in public again. We will find you. We know who you are. Amidst the threats and intimidation for any parent in Williamson County, Tennessee, to get up and speak in favor of masks is both courageous and inspiring. And there's a lesson here for all of us. We've reached the point in American society where coarse language, harassment, and selfishness are the norms among many conservatives and anti-maskers. On television and now in local school boards, some of these conservatives have literally gone insane. And there's a great temptation among the rest of us to react to them by lashing out, yelling, and calling such people ignorant and stupid. After all, for God's sakes, it's our children's health we're talking about. Thanks to the spread of the COVID-19 Delta variant, pediatric ICUs across the United States are overflowing. But the bad behavior on the right doesn't have to be met in kind from the rest of us. Instead of shouting and threatening brute force, we can speak thoughtfully, rationally, and based on science and facts. And as we've seen from Justin Canoe, that approach is even more effective and compelling than yelling and screaming. Now, as a parent, I get the emotions on both sides, and I believe most parents, regardless of their views, genuinely want to protect their kids. Having a thoughtful and rational discussion and allowing the democratic process to resolve these issues, that approach will help protect our kids. Threatening our neighbors and fellow parents with violence, that will cause far more psychological damage than wearing a mask ever could. Remember, we are all in this together, aren't we?